Hi, so this is a follow-up to my video on the Freemason demon. So my friend and I have tried to separate, but we are bonded. My friend whose husband is a Freemason. He currently is no longer the worshipful master. However, he was up until about a month ago, and each year they switch him out. Briefly to recap my other video, and I'd like you to watch it because I go into greater detail. But I have the gift of discernment of spirits, and I was able to discern that there was a demon attached to them. She has the Jezebel demon, and he has a Freemason demon, and that there is a curse associated with being part of the Freemasons. I don't say this lightly because originally I really thought it was quite sexy, the Freemasons, and elusive and secretive and mystical, and I kind of still do. However, I do specifically know that there's a demon attached to them because of it. So my friend has begun to have health problems. Obviously, there's a demon attached to her and her family, and they had a baby, and the baby's now about 3-ish. And the baby is now having seizures. And I know it's because of demonic possession, that there is an energy that is trying to take over there that is supernatural. So I came by to visit a couple days after the baby got out of the hospital. He was in the hospital a couple days. And I saged her house, and she requested it. And I had been waiting on this. I mean, really waiting on this. I've suggested she go get some. She even went and got some, but she never saged. So I brought sage with dragon's blood on it. And dragon's blood is a herb, and it's very sweet, and it's red, and that's why it's called dragon's blood. And it's for protection. And I went around her house, and I claimed sanctuary upon the house. And I claimed immunity upon the child, immunity for the agreements that his parents have made. And I bound the Freemason demon, and I broke the Freemason curse upon the child. And I went around the entire house, and then me and her went back into the back storage room, and we were talking. She says, "Did you sage this room?" And I said, "No, I didn't." And she was like, "Real weird, but I had to go. I had class, so I couldn't stay much longer, and I had to go." And she called me later, and she says, "I didn't want to freak you out." She said, "But I'm glad you left me some sage." And I did. I just felt this intuition that I should leave her some sage because, I didn't sage that back room. She says, "So I went back there, and I did like you do, and I commanded and I demanded that this property be restored to me." And she said, "But why I did that is when we were in the storage room, something grabbed my arm and my wrist, and it grabbed it hard." And I said, "Okay, well, from your perspective, was it your ex that passed recently?" And she's still mourning her ex passing. Even though she's in a new relationship, she mourned when he passed. And she says, "No, it was a, like, get my attention, what have you done kind of energy." And so I went to class. It's been a week or so. I knew yesterday that I was going to go by her house after class and hang out for about an hour. I knew exactly what I was going to do. I had it planned. I had planned on meeting somebody else there. And so I show up after class at about 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and it was very suspicious because her husband showed up. And, he usually works a full day. And he's on a mission. He's going to make a chicken coop for my girlfriend. I don't know. She likes chickens. She's, got problems. I don't know, really. Chickens are fine. I'm not a chicken person. So anyway, he goes, and over there near where I had discerned that the demon of the Freemasons was, I had a dream. And I have another video about the dream, and it's probably the same video, the Freemason demon video, where there was a monster under the house, their house. And the monster was in a cage, and it was trying to eat me. It was trying to eat people. But my concern was I discerned that it's also trying to eat me. I'm one of the people it is trying to eat. And I know that this is a metaphor or a vision, and what isn't, I interpret that as there's a demon there. And I had found it because I had found it before I even really got there that day to Sage. I had said prayers to bind it from harming me. So I had put it in a spiritual cage, okay? And this is a couple months ago, to make sure that it couldn't, harm me. And me and her had separated a little bit because I had broke her bind on me. And but she is my friend. I just need to make sure that she can't control me, and her situation can't control me. So very peculiar. Joe shows up 2:00 in the afternoon. Shouldn't really said his name. Oh well. He goes to start making a chicken coop, and curious, he's made chicken coops with wood in the past, but he made this chicken coop with metal. And she says, I don't know, he just found this, and he pulled somebody over on the side of the road to ask if he could buy it from him. This metal cage. He got inside of this metal cage, and the entire hour I was there, he was inside that metal cage doing random little things, like screwing stuff, but it all seemed to be nonsense to me. He wasn't accomplishing anything. What was he accomplishing inside this cage? And then I was in the shower this morning, and that's where I get the greatest Holy Spirit revelations. I feel very close to God, and I'm naked, and I'm warm, and I'm in the vortex, and I'm, clean, and I feel very spiritual, and I get a lot of revelations. And I had the revelation that it is no coincidence that he went and got in a metal cage. From the instant he got there, that I was there, until I left, he was in that metal cage. It was almost an hour. I at no time visually saw him outside of the cage, other than when he first pulled up. He got stuff out of his truck and went right to the cage and got in it. This is a sign of the manifestation of me binding that demon. Joe indirectly, he had planned all day to get off work early and get right on that chicken coop. It had gone into effect several days in advance for it to happen exactly like that. For me to be shown that I, in fact, have spoke over this demon, as powerful as it is, and it still must submit to me. Anyway, thank you. Have a good day.